This is just AMZN for Friday, December 21st, 2018. And here's what happened today. A really nice hammer, really large hammer right before the market opened. Another little bit of a smaller candle here with still lower wick. Looks like there could be some buying coming in. And then another one, slightly lower, high, similar lows. And this candle must have been pretty crazy to see forming and looking bullish, and then just collapse, comes right back down to this line, which is where we had bounced off of yesterday, breaks down, takes out this hammer, continues down, puts in a new low compared to yesterday's low, rallies back up into the line, and then just collapses. Runs down, get a little bit of S curve. It barely paused here, moves down some more, throws in a hammer, retests back up to this line, chops around for a while, can't get above this line right at, let's see, what line is this? We haven't talked about this one in a while. This one is, it's not highlighting, here we go, 1404. So retesting 1404 from below, break down, get a little bit of a retest here with an inverted hammer, chop sideways a little bit, form a triangle, get this squeeze just really almost out to that apex, and actually breaks down before the squeeze fired. The squeeze actually fired here, right here, as it's making a new low on the day again. And it was just too late to be getting bearish there. But move down a little bit. The next line we've got below us is 1355, and didn't quite get down that far today. But just the moves we're seeing are just amazingly bearish. We've obviously taken out this low, which I thought would be a head in an inverted head and shoulders. The first signal that it was going to continue lower was this triangle breaking down, looking for it to bounce here. That didn't happen. And since then, we've just had 3 days where we just have continued lower. And this one, last chance really to make that right shoulder. And today we've clearly made it lower low. So we had kind of relative highs through here, and we've had lower lows here. And the next line is pretty much the last line I've got, the lowest line I've got. I mean, I could go back and put a couple more in from back here. But I mean, this is where I was thinking, at some point I'm going to need to add more lines. I mean, it's here, when I started doing these videos back in February, it was up here. So we're below that price. We're back down into where we were in April down here. So we chopped around quite a bit here. We had a hammer in this area here, but I mean, this does not have to stop here. It could come down in the lower 1300s. It could come down to 1200. If we take a step back here, I mean, we were doing really small candles for the longest time. We were down to 1,000. When was this? October last year. We're down to 1,000. We doubled that. I mean, we're just retracing all of this bullishness with a lot of bearishness, and it's really large candles too. You think about all these small candles going up, just grinding higher, a little bit of chop, grind higher. This has just been so many bears. We've had, or bearish candles. We've just been spiking on this volume. The volume here, we haven't seen this kind of volume since, let's see, this one, high wave candle here in October. This one in September. I mean, there's a couple here in October, and then going all the way back to April, March, even this one, February. So, I mean, we've seen volumes like this before, and yeah, it's just huge. So I would like to see some consolidation here, similar to this, but even with some consolidation, I mean, it could just collapse. It would be really good if it does a little bit of retest back up to this line or something, but that hasn't really been, in contention at all to, guide where this thing's going. Just going lower. So if we switch over and look at some puts, I mean, it was a long way to go to like 1400. It got into it. I don't know if I would have been buying the 1400 put. Probably when it was right here, I would have been getting into maybe 1450. Probably would have been too expensive. Maybe 1400, thinking maybe it'll run to that line, but I don't want to get in as it's moving down. I mean, I could. It's just there's not much premium. So it's going to just crawl higher. This is the calls. Don't really need to look at anything bullish today. This is the 1400 put. So let's see. Had you been buying at 920 or shortly after 920? That was here. 920 is here. So we had some smaller candles, less than a $100 risk. You could have traded, but it just went sideways for a while and then rallied and then S-curved, and getting in here was the next available time frame to get in. This was 1030. That was, oops, let's go with stock. 1030 was this, right? Yep, that retracement, and then it rolled over again. So a couple of opportunities as it retested. This one retested like this neckline here and this pivot, these pivots here. This one also retested the low of the day. Then this one retested the low of the day earlier in the day. And then very similarly, these wicks retest this line, but also get close enough to this low. So after an S curve, it's coming back up to that low, and just kind of gives you that framework to set up that kind of trade. So anyway, that's looking at the puts. So getting a small risk reward, $100 risk reward, definitely challenging. As this thing moved up, I mean, somebody could have been buying like, see what are these ranges? Like 250 by 150, 250 by 150, and then just hold on to that. And could have been up, 20R, something like that. And then had you just held over here, would have been like 30R. So, I mean, some pretty crazy moves to have. This happened on Expiration Friday, right before Christmas. Just the timing of this sell-off. So, yeah, we're gonna have to see where things are at over the next week or so with coming into the year holiday. I think the market's open some on Monday, and I'm going to try and do some videos next week. But if I'm not getting to know them, then I'll get back into it the following week, or definitely the next week after that. So there may be a bit of a break here for me, but please go back and watch some old videos, and hopefully, we'll get some clear direction on some of these moves that we can identify the trade and make a good plan for the next day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.